go live twice. It's now up. So I guess everything we just said on the show, Michael,
forget about it.
Never got out there.
Well, that's a charming map of Nevada behind you.
Fuck. Some days I really hate this fucking thing. I know I hate that thing.
Summarize, certain teams have a spirit that comes from an unknown source, and it provides them with the will to play the game at a different level, with a different meaning, with a different energy that can't be awarded to you. You have to earn it on your own. You have to create it on your own. The team has to make it happen and sustain it day after day, regardless of the sport.
And with players that may have at one point earlier this season thought they were just showing up to get a paycheck. And then all of a sudden found out that was a lot more expected of them by their teammates, by their coaches, by their managers, and most importantly, by themselves.
Well, we had a good example of that yesterday in the 49er game. I don't know if you followed it. They played
I did not follow it.
They played the Saints, and they didn't have they had a lot of injuries on the team, including Brock Purdy, their starting quarterback, and Matt Jones, late of the New York Giants, is the backup who, quite frankly, we didn't think was going to be tested this early in the season, but Purdy has a turf toe, very painful and debilitating, and it could keep him out of 3 games. But yesterday, Matt Jones was the leader of the team and drew on his experience and his success with the New York Giants, which wasn't extensive, and showed up as the leader of the team with the ability to execute the offense. And the 49ers won handily and showed the Saints that Matt Jones was somebody to be feared, not derided for his weak efforts as a backup quarterback. It was a turnaround that nobody expected to see with that much panache, with that much energy, with that much confidence. It was a remarkable game in that everything that I thought was going to happen did not happen. They actually played to their professional best. And when you see that, it can't help but inspire you.
Yeah. Yes, it's you just go in and you see something totally totally different.
It would be like in baseball, the equivalent would be a pitcher comes out of the bullpen and starts the game and has to go 7 innings and does so and cleans up and shuts down the offense of the other team. Presents himself as a pitcher that can't be taken advantage of that day. He brought something, who knows where it came from, and the team and the fans and the cameras can see that something unusual is happening.
Well, meanwhile, it was a nice win for the 49ers, right, which makes them 2-0. And it's always nice to be 2-0 this early in the season, right? It doesn't mean a lot, except that when you have a season that lasts 17 games, 2-0 really does mean something.
Means a hell of a lot. And you can ask UCLA what 0-3 feels like, because they just fired their head coach.
Who was their head coach? What they're not going to bring Rick Neuheisel in down there, or?
No, we're not. We're desperate at UCLA, but not that.
Or Todd Graham.
Deshaun Foster was the head coach, and the interim coach is the assistant from Fresno State. will be taking over.
Well, I was happy to see, Mikey, I see these games between the Seahawks and the Steelers, and ever since 2010, I become, not heartbroken. I would never call it heartbroken, but what I would call it is my passion for one has been split to a passion for two. I like the Steelers. I really, really like the Steelers coach. I really wish, and I've told you this for 10 years now, that I really wish that the Seattle Seahawks would have went and gotten Mike Tomlin as the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. I think he would have got this team to a Super Bowl faster than any other coach that I could think of. And would have loved to do it. I believe would have been the first. Well, I don't know. I'll reserve. But they went in, did the Seahawks, and they as they often do, put their tails between their legs in the first half of the game. They didn't seem to be able to do a lot of stuff, and they let Aaron Rodgers kind of walk all over him in the first half. And I don't know if it's walk all over him as much as it is that he's just a real good quarterback.
And he read the team.
He read the team and
read the energy and said that these guys aren't here to fight today.
At 12:46 of the third quarter, they make a crucial mistake. Is that I couldn't see the play that touches the ball, but the play that touches the ball on the Steelers side then lets go of the ball, pretending that he didn't touch it. Well, Kenneth Walker says, well, no, I saw you. You touched that ball. So he picked up the ball.
Here we go.
And ran it into the end zone for a touchdown. And
is this on a punt?
Looked like Sam Darnold was looking like he never looked with the Jets, the Mets, or any other. But he caught Tony Horton for a touchdown in the end zone and started running the numbers up on the Steelers. And I'm going to tell you right now, it is not an easy thing to run the numbers up on the Seahawks.
I mean the Steelers.
So they got a couple of nice things. I mean, they got a 45-yard field goal, did the Steelers. But when they went up by 10 to the Steelers in that third quarter, they weren't looking back. 50-yard field goal. Steelers got up on them. And by the time it was all over, had a couple of nice picks. Defense on the Pittsburgh defense. Got a nice deflection. Pittsburgh defense got a nice deflection by Cam Hayward. and he returned the ball. Nick Herbig sent the ball back. What did he do? Go fourth and deep in Steelers territory and popped it in. And that was it. And, they got picked off, but they wound up and you hear it. Listen, it was just a day where Steelers were not up to the Seahawks. Whatever you want to call it. Kenneth Walker with the end, the last one, 31-17, the matchup Sunday. And they got him. They did what they had to do. So Seahawk faithful come home from Pittsburgh, which I have to admit, I saw a whole lot of Pittsburgh Steeler fans looking like empty seats in Pittsburgh. Must have been one of the Greek festivals or something going on. Because what didn't seem to me like there was a hell of a lot of Steeler fans filling up the whole stadium.
We've got a double header tonight for Monday Night Football to finish off the week. Tampa Bay and Houston, the Chargers and the Raiders. Tampa Bay goes at 4 o'clock Western time. And the Chargers and the Raiders go at 7 o'clock Seattle time.
And I can be honest with you, Michael. And you know what I'm going to say here, right? Couldn't give a crap less.
The Tampa Bay-Houston game does not excite me. Chargers and the Raiders, that'll be the game I'll watch.
Are you a Chargers or a
Ram?
Are you a Chargers or a Rams fan?
Well, because I get those games here in LA, I'm not a fan, but I'm familiar with the teams. And Chargers have their hands full tonight because the Raiders are full of themselves at the moment. And the Raiders are playing at home. So that's going to be an emotional game. And a lot of folks forget, but these two teams were, back in the days of the American Football League, stone cold rivals when it was the San Diego Chargers and the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah.
And the only team the Oakland Raiders hated more was Kansas City Chiefs during those days. Lenny Dawson and Darryl LaMonica would battle it out.
A couple of minutes left. What did you think of the Grammys last night? The Emmys last night?
Well, I had seen, as a rare thing, sometimes you go to the trouble of watching an award show and all the movies and the shows that are being considered are things you haven't seen. But I did see Adolescence, great production. It was on Netflix. And all British crew and staff and stars, including the 14-year-old kid who played the lead, played the criminal, played the murderer in the show, with great poise and thick Yorkshire accents. And it was the difference between seeing an American production where you're gifted with the presence of several models and people who look right but can't act. And the British version is just the opposite, where everybody's an actor and then they make them fit the role. And it's something that you get used to watching a lot of British TV, because I watch a lot of murders. The British love a proper murder. And these that particular show that won so much, it was a serious topic, treated in a serious way, with a great cast. And the other big winner was The Studio, which is a comedy version of what's going on in LA in the movie industry. And that won a lot of awards for spoofing the very thing that they are. And that I think that's the quick summarized version of what happened last night at the Emmys. The British version on Netflix won a ton. I think they won Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, Best everything from makeup to lighting through the whole schmear. And the comedy, The Studio, also swept a lot of awards and was predictable in that it was something that the writers of the LA Times and the Variety focused on as the possible winner who was going to take a handful of awards, and they were right about that. So the short version is The Studio was the comedy, Adolescence was the murder, crime, serious drama, both with great casts and worth your attention if you haven't streamed those programs. I would start with Adolescence.
I was few things that stuck out to me is the tribute that was being paid, even though he's not dead. Must feel like going to your funeral, to Stephen Colbert.
Yeah.
And by the way, not just of Stephen Colbert, but just the late night television. And I know Colbert won the award, as he should have. That was his first one, I believe. And I also thought that I would have liked to have seen Colbert call up Jimmy Kimmel and the Winky Dink from NBC onto the stage so that they could all kind of because who knows what will happen next year. They may cut the whole thing out. I especially liked, I really liked why am I blanking on the name of the show? The medical show.
The Pit.
What?
The Pit.
The Pit. Yes. Thank you. I just think that show is what happens when the ER writers grow up.
Mm-hmm. The
And
Grey's Anatomy writers take their topic seriously.
Not only the ER writers, but when the ER actor, the one that they have there, and I think there's a couple spattered in there as well.
Noah
Noah Wiley, who's always been one of my favorite actors, really showed his maturation into, when you can take a role and play it the first time and be really good at it and really be believable in it, you've done something. But when you can go back 15 years later and reprise a role that is different, that actually gives you the opportunity to grow, to now be not some wet behind the ears intern in a hospital, but to take all of that stuff that you supposedly had learned at the Chicago Hospital, County General, and now put it to use in an intelligent, unbelievable way to deal with the things that you have to deal with and still show that you have the vulnerabilities that you had when you were that intern, when you were back at County General. There was a scene in there where he had to go into a room and show this person their daughter who had died, and he wasn't supposed to. And they had the kid in the nursery. And he took the father into the nursery to show the kid against all rules and everything. And it was one of those moments where you sit and you say, and it touches you and it says, what have I done? What the hospital told me to do? Or what have I done what my heart told me to do? And Noah Wyle, his character, was written and he pulled it off so that you thought that he did what his heart told him to do. And it showed you the price that it cost him. I can't wait for the second season of that show to get going. I think it kicks up in November. It's I'm a fan of doctor shows, as you know.
Yeah.
And that seeing that scene again last night moved me to tears. Moved me to tears. He truly has become one of my favorite actors. I like Clooney. I like some of the other actors on that on ER, the original ER. But Noah Wyle is really the guy that I will always say was the breakout actor.
He's found his niche.
He's found it. He's the why am I forgetting his name? He's the James Franciscus of our time. So congratulations to him, and congratulations to John Wells and to the people who put that show together. You got a number one fan in me, pal. And if you listen to that show or haven't watched that show, and the other actors in the show are so real, much, much, much more real than they ever were on ER. And I don't know, what do you think that is, Michael? Do you think that's because our society has come further? Television gives more area to create characters, or we just see them in different ways?
I think that they've perfected the drama of a medical show. If written, and you got to give the story to reality. It's got to be real. The disease, the treatment, the prognosis, the outcomes, the effect on the family, the terrible pressures on the doctors and the nurses and the administrators, all the elements of financing modern American medicine.
It was really a show. If you get a chance to go back and watch even just that segment of Noah Wyle and his compadres receiving those awards, do it. Go back and look at it. It's
the industry shares your feelings about him. They loved him last night.
He really was. He's turned into one of those guys that I'd really like to meet someday. I really like to interview him. Really love to just sit and shake his hand and just tell him, hey, you know what? The work you put in at school is paid off, at least for me. All right, Michael, I'll see you. I don't know what it's going to be like Wednesday. I don't know
because
if
of the car
show, if it's going to be a recorded show, if it's going to be some recorded segments of a show. I don't know. I'll let you know tomorrow. I'm going to work on it today, and figure out how exactly we're going to pull this off.
Tell your audience again where you're going to be.
Yes, I will be at the what do they call it? I always get this, we call it so many different things. I'm going to be at the Northwest American NAWAPA, Northwest Automotive Press Association event that we have this time every year, where the members of this association, of which there are about 50, take cars, all different kind of cars that we normally don't have access to, and drive them around the streets near southern Washington, near Richland, Washington. We gather at the Ilani Casino under the supervision of the Richfield Police Department. This year, a new added attraction down there, an In-N-Out burger, has been put in.
Oh, dear.
So,
oh, dear.
But we have a large number of manufacturers coming down. We test electrics, we test gas, we test cars that are brand new, cars that are not coming out yet, and cars that are, without a doubt, at the cutting edge of what people are driving. And these aren't just a bunch of people that get into cars. These are automotive writers.
You've seen it all.
Who have seen it all, get into these cars and drive them, not under racetrack conditions. These are driven under street conditions.
That's good.
So that we can write and give you an idea of, if you want to buy that 4xe Jeep, or if you want to buy a van, Chrysler van, or if you want to buy a Chevy, a Cadillac electric car, which Cadillac has really become the leader in electric cars right now. Wow. If it's good, if it's worth your time, if we think it's worth your time. And I'll tell you something, Michael, we have a pretty good number on these things. Mike, the only car that I have said that I thought would be an incredible car that has not turned out to be an incredible car, and I still think it's an incredible car, I just think people aren't smart enough to buy them, is the Volkswagen ID Buzz. I think it's a shame that people aren't buying those cars out of showrooms. And people may not know this. We will be talking about it in the show, that this is the month, if you want to buy an electric car, if you are sitting there, Michael Knight, and you are saying, it wouldn't be such a bad idea to get an electric car.
Would this be a good time?
I could sell my car to the dealer, use it as a down payment, get an electric car. I'd get the $7,500 tax rebate and make a payment every month of a couple of $100.
Sounds pretty good.
It is the optimum time. You'll never get a better time to buy an electric car than you will from now through the next 2 weeks. As a matter of fact, I'm actually considering going down and buying one. And I don't even need it. But my kid's getting her license. Why not have something for her to drive? About time.
Well, we'll see you on Wednesday in some configuration.
In some configuration. I'll call you early Wednesday morning and let you know. But I'm shooting for the regular time. I'm shooting for 10 a.m., 10:10, Wednesday morning. It may happen earlier. It may happen later. It'll all go by when I see the book tomorrow. I'll know what the window is, and I may do it. We may go as late as lunchtime.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't, you may have to like put something up saying that we'll be doing our show at lunchtime. Unfortunately, that's how it's going to work.
Well, we'll see on Wednesday. See how this rolls out.
See you on Wednesday, Michael.
Okay, Vin, have a great day. Let's
All
have
right,
a great
Michael,
show on
you
Wednesday.
too. I'll see you on Wednesday if the Lord's will and the creek don't rise. And have always remind yourself, Michael, as bad as this stuff gets, there's a whole load of peace, a whole load of love, and somewhere an aluminum car, a railroad car, full of Manischewitz with our name on it.
The steel tanks give it an interesting aftertaste, a tang that you can't get with any other wine.
You ever see two bums, two homeless people, lying on a track under a dripping faucet of a container car of wine, saying, this has a little bit of an allergic taste to it.
I sense the taste of strawberries, and that's the way it is with Manischewitz. It's a sweet, fruity wine.
It's WD-40 and strawberries. What do you want?
See you, Vin.
See you, Mikey. Take care. Bye. And all of you, thank you very much for listening. Sorry we screwed up the first part of the show. I won't let that happen again. I was just trying to get my act together here, and I forgot to hit the button. All right. See you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.